I did my research. I love the fact that Don sent me like information about y'all to give me a background, so I know where I want to ask and where I want to go and everything.
Right. He does a lot. I appreciate him a lot.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I heard a lot of good things about Don. I didn't realize how respected he is in the industry as he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a legend on top of that. So speaking about legends, which you are becoming a future one, I
Cool.
was looking at one of I don't know if it was a blow bang or a game bang that you had on your timeline.
Yeah.
And, was that a game bang or blow bang?
Both were recent. The gangbang was first, and then I
Mhm.
released the blow bang maybe like 3 weeks after. My pinned post has been the gangbang for a while though.
So how do you enjoy the game bang?
It always feels nice to have that many people doting on you and giving pleasure to you. That's great. I think everybody needs to experience that. Men, women, trans, non-binary. Everybody needs to experience like a level of multiple bodies giving them energy and there for pleasure. I had fun. I'm ready to plan my next one.
So okay, so for your perfect game bang, how many dudes would you like to have?
Like five.
Five. That's modest.
Probably like five.
But how many could you handle though?
I don't know, honestly. Um, with the people that I've been working with, probably a lot more than five.
Mhm.
And energy wise, like even after my gangbang, I was ready to have like personal sex.
Lord have mercy. That means if there's a man or a woman in her life, you better be able to keep up because that was just like I was just talking to one of my co-hosts because she because I find it funny. She'll go to a swinger event
Hmm.
and I mean she'll get down and still want to fuck when she leaves. You know,
Yes, that's how I am.
so it is safe to say, are you a hypersexual per se?
Yeah, I would say I am. It's pretty important in my list of needs.
So that means one. So any man that date you, he better be able to fuck very good and be able to hang.
Yes, yeah, and then like not be afraid of like trying new things, toys, everything within everyone's consent level. But like my vibrator's my best friend.
I don't mind toys in the bedroom. It to me it's kind of fun, especially like I love like when I'm hitting the girl missionary and she have her Hitachi, and I can put the Hitachi
Yes,
on it when I'm hitting the missionary, and just to see her reaction, how wet the coochie gets.
yes, I
Or
love
you
it.
hit the doggy style, you got the vibrate, she got the vibrator down there. You know what I'm saying? And feel
Yes,
a little bit, and you can feel the vibration in your balls a little bit too.
yeah, yes, I'm into that. And then in femdom, I use it on the
Mhm.
dick too. That
Ooh.
teasing.
See, I had a girl do that on me, and that shit, it felt weird but good at the same time.
I hear it's good but irritating because then you're like craving that actual like grip feel,
Yeah.
and or you get close to orgasm and you're like, I can't get there.
Oh no, it'll get us close, but it won't get us over the hump. That what
Yeah,
we need is little
yeah,
hand with it,
yeah.
and everything. So with that being said, hello, smokers,
Hi.
and welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know who I am, Calvin Arbor Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. For sponsors to tell you about the first one being the Facebook Letters Community, lsworld.com. Next up, the hottest adult magazine in the game, eroticismmagazine.com. And next up, the new home of the Premium Smoke Room. Y'all know what that is. Excitebuddy.com for you content creators, 90% profit for you, and no hashtag issues for your consumers, a new place to consume your Triple X content. Also, um, last but not least, we're talking about Blush Erotica. We're talking about voiceover with smut as well as a virtual reality side of their thing called Beaver. So go ahead and subscribe to blusherotica.com. Tiffany, you still there? Tiffany, let me get through this and then we can take a small break and get her back on. Also, proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. So go over to shop gwdistrict.com and buy something. Why don't you? Also, and she's back with that pretty face for us. And also, you can find me 5 days out the week on fullswapradio.com in the mornings where I chop it up with the industry's best as we give you the real smoke about the industry. Plus, also check me out skyhawkafterdarktv.com as well as the BGP LLC app. So I'm going to sit back and let this gorgeous, sexy, freaky, naughty, nasty, thick, tattooed up lady introduce herself. Go ahead, sexy.
My name is Tiffany Nacke, also known as Miss Nacke. You can find me on the internet through all my links at tiffanynacke.org, and you will find a gamut of things from modeling, photography, to femdom, to interracial porn, boy girl porn, tons of fun stuff.
No doubt. And you've been in the entertainment world since the age of 12.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us about that, how you started at 12 years old being in the entertainment world.
I was that really annoying kid that wanted to be on the Life cereal box. I saw all the kids, and then there's a movie, I can't remember the name of it, but the young girl becomes an actor, and she
Yeah, I
does
know
the,
you're talking about.
yeah, she does a dance with the yellow school bus and the umbrella, and I was like, that I want that to be me as a kid. I was really annoying. I would listen to the radio actually to hear model castings and acting castings.
Oh,
And
snap.
that's how I got signed to my first agency. At 12, I annoyed my parents and made them take me to Phoenix, Arizona for a modeling casting. So that's how I got signed to my first agency.
Oh,
And they did like a little bit of model training my first time wearing makeup, my first time doing studio shoots, stuff for your portfolio and understanding how that works, just being on camera. Um, and then that didn't last very long. But after that, I signed to another agency at 12 that worked with Disney and Nickelodeon that trained me more on acting, singing, and modeling. And I would have to go there 1 or 2 Saturdays a month and be there for like 12 hours, just working in a convention hall, basically learning. And like you're modeling in front of everybody, you're singing in front of everybody, you're in competition with all the kids around you. Uh, it was a very interesting dynamic because I feel like that's more of what people, not the convention hall learning aspect, but like you see your competition in real time is what a lot of people think of the modeling industry or acting, going to castings and there's a line. But that's not always true now because we have the internet and we don't need to go stand in a room and perform in front of someone.
no,
So
you can zoom their asses now. It's zoom
yeah,
meetings.
I mean, we could be doing this and then get me casted.
So did you do any, like, did you appear in any, like, the shows, movies, or anything like that?
I was like soft casted through my agency for Wild Wild West, the Will Smith movie, and then my family never followed through with it. So all of my big options and opportunities that I had, my parents were too sort of poor to
Yeah,
continue doing, and they had other kids, so
yeah.
they sat me down at one point and were like, "Well, we can't afford a new portfolio a month. We can't afford shoots all the time and updating everything." And an agency at that time is posing everything as really expensive as well.
Yeah.
So I had opportunities, but it was more like with individual creatives. Since I've been an adult, I mean, the coolest thing I've done modeling wise is I'm on a album cover for Tame Impala.
Ooh, sweet. How did that
Yeah.
come about?
The photographer that I've worked with for a while, he does like a fashion line and photography, and so he would partner with these different artists and do more fashion based stuff or like individual photography based projects for them. Tame Impala found me through him because I guess they had worked together, and he wanted to do some like intimacy based project. So I got hired to do real sex for this, which is the
Which is
craziest.
right down your line. So
Yeah. This was in 2017. So I had to do real sex on Polaroids, and then they took them and like digitally blurred them and changed them. But if you see the album cover, it's the My Life album cover with Zoo. You can tell it's my face and my neck and a hand
yeah.
around my neck. You can see my earring. It's probably the same ones from that.
Which I love the fact you tatted up and I love the alt look
Yeah.
to me. I love it. I love it. You know, period, because it kind of give, like, if I did a scene with you, I would actually have you be an 80s female rocker. like a
Oh yeah,
Joan Jett, and I'm supposed to be like a manager or a roadie, and I have
yeah,
to fuck you, to keep my job type situation.
yeah,
Period. I love the retro look, the haircut. That shit is sexy as fuck, people. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I just got a clean fade, so it looks really nice.
See,
Thanks, my
she's another
barber.
one of my crushes, ladies and gentlemen. She
Ah,
hits all the boxes. So there you go. So now you were doing the clean vanilla shit. What got you into porn?
I found through modeling I was more pushed towards like showing real emotion, and I
Yeah,
felt like if I was keeping myself from even being comfortable, like opening my legs on camera or
yeah.
doing stuff, I was keeping myself from being honest in my emotions and honest in my work as an artist. And I just wanted to not have barriers in what I was showing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I was like censoring myself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like and it was like a slow progression. I was doing nude modeling by 2010, 2011, but I didn't really start doing fetish production stuff until 2013, and then full boy girl until 2017. So it was, I definitely took my time. And took breaks in there, just mental health breaks and stuff. So it was like
Yeah.
a comfortability with myself, but
Mhm.
also where I wanted to see myself because I also used my real name.
See, that's the she's the first. It's funny because I always say this. I never know the real names of any of the porn stars I ever worked with. We don't know our real names, and we don't call
Yeah, no,
ourselves by
you
our real
shouldn't.
names if you notice.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like the only reason why people know I'm Bobby because I'm a podcaster now. Before they would call me
Right.
just country or country.
Yeah, I
So
love that.
shoot. So what fetishes was you into before you got into boy girl? What fetishes?
I was doing a lot of like damsel in distress, heavy bondage stuff, rope
Why?
shibari,
Why am
a
I
lot of like
surprised?
submissive stuff that I don't do now, which is funny, but I got a lot of perspective in it. Hypno, storyline stuff, a lot of like very niche things. But the people I were working with that was their full time. That was their whole life.
And this was content or paid. So what was it?
Paid. At that time, I didn't really like. It was before Patreon. It was before
Yeah.
OnlyFans. So like, we didn't talk about content like we do now
Nah.
at all.
And
Like
now in
even
2010 or even 2017, if you want to be honest about it, girls was more about getting the paid gigs. Because
yeah,
there was
they
more
put
paid gigs
get to
out there,
work and
honestly.
go.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, but it definitely favored producers that were serious about production, and it does still. Like they have all of those people that are still around and made it through all of that,
Yeah.
have all that backlog. I think about it all the time. I'm like, I have all this work out there that maybe I need to go knock on some doors and be like, hey, you want to do a trade so I can get back that thing from
I'm
2013?
saying that is piece. Because it's funny because like with the damsel in distress or what have you. Cause I told people I said there's two ways there's a way to be successful in the porn industry without doing boy girl, but you have to
Mhm.
really go extreme with the fetish. That's one of those fetishes, the damsel in distress. I used to see Whitney Morgan, Miss Whitney Morgan. She's
Yes,
Wonder
she's
Woman.
right.
Yeah, she'll do Wonder Woman. She get tied up and rubbed up by the Joker or some shit. That's the
Yep.
video.
Yeah, she's rocking
Period.
it.
Yeah, period. So with you, because with a lot of girls, when they do fetish for a couple of years and then they eventually go to boy girl. What made you go to boy girl? Because there's always different reasons why a girl comes from fetish. Because the reason why I ask is because you have a lot of girls that are afraid that if I do boy girl or if I do this, that, and the third, that it will hurt my fan base and my money because
Yeah,
I'm changing up what I do. So, what made you decide to move from fetish to boy girl? The boy
that's
girl
funny.
sex content. Let's make this clear. Sex content.
Yeah, yeah. That's funny because I had some people say like I sacrificed what I was doing in fetish to make more money, which
Yeah,
is ironic because anytime you make a big change like that, you
yeah,
actually lose money because you're not being as
yeah.
consistent everywhere and you now have another thing to focus on
Mm-hmm.
and other work to create and work that took my physical body. Um, so I started because I was dating a photographer at the time, and I really was doing a lot more erotic stuff privately, selling private stuff like Snapchat. Um, and I wanted us to start creating our own self portraits of our porn and our life and our sex life, our intimacy. And so that's kind of how it started. But then I just started getting us hired by a bunch of photographers. So we would go and do like 2-hour photo shoots of us just fucking, get a bunch of content. And so this is where the content comes in, get to stack the content. And I was, I was making money on Patreon at that
I
time.
believe you. Because
Just from photos.
yeah, because it's like Patreon, you can't put porn videos. But no,
No.
especially now.
Well, you could. When it first started, you could.
It did, yeah. But then
Yeah.
they stopped that because I saw
Yep.
a lot of the porn girls started gravitating to Patreon. We
Yep.
all know the reason why, because they did manual payout.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that means you can get paid the same day, as long as you make enough worth pulling out.
Yeah.
So I never fucked with Patreon until after the fact, because what ended up happening was Patreon ended up doing what is called a third party content uploader. And what that is you either got to do Vimeo or you got to do YouTube.
For video.
YouTube, you can't, YouTube, even if you got that video private, they will shut you down.
Yeah.
Vimeo, it's a little looser, but you got to pay to have unlimited shit, and they pay a lot.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it was a lot. And that was like a hard part for a lot of people because that paired with the same time that Tumblr was getting taken down. And so all these people would have, private Tumblr accounts to circumvent needing a way to send people videos. And then all the private Tumblr, all the adult Tumblrs got taken. Paired with,
go ahead.
It's okay. Paired with Patreon going backwards and being more strict about censorship. And so everybody was losing their platform at the same time. And that, I think, between that and, the pandemic, that was the biggest push for OnlyFans. That's the only reason that they did so well, because we were losing all of these other resources and we're having to play like, do I pay for a site? Do I do it the private sale way and have to rely on some file share system that also hates us?
Yeah.
So many things. It's hoops. And then it takes 8 different sites or 8 different applications to do our job.
Yeah. Because money is not made off of one scene. And it's better to have multiple platforms than one, because that's multiple checks.
Yep.
Period. So with you, because you was only filming with, I think, your boyfriend at the time.
Yeah. At the time, I was only filming with him.
Yeah. So when did you step outside of just filming with him?
End of 2017. We broke up. End of 2017.
that must have been the main reason why, because go ahead.
Bye. End of 2017, I found someone else that, like, he was honestly on OnlyFans before I was, and pushed me to the site, and so we just started touring, and then that quickly developed into me being like, I'm not the capacity that I have for what I like. I liked doing it so much. I liked the creative aspect. I liked the like cinematic porn I was making. Pretty porn is what I would call it.
Yeah.
And by mid 2018, I was like, this is not enough. I need someone to shoot with, more people. I need more connections. And I actually moved to Vegas in that time, and I just wasn't in a good space. But I think if I was in a good mental health space, my career would be 10 years advanced in a lot of ways from having lived there during that time, and everybody transitioning during that time. Everybody's going through it.
Yeah. It was a lot, especially because you still had all the new sites popping up.
Yeah. Everything. So many.
Interracial started to take more hold. BDSM started to pop up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everything. Now it's funny because you said you did what's called critical porn. So people understand what that is. That's the porn that we grew up on. It's more sensual. It's more softer. It's not as hardcore. Not a lot of pounding. There's role play behind it. What made you decide to go with that versus what was, and still stick with it for the most part?
Yeah, I do a lot
versus now you got all this extreme shit that's right now popping up.
It's still pretty. I think just as that cinematic, anything that's cinematic has like a deeper feel, and that's what really drove me to it. Like even adding the cinematic feel to more hardcore stuff that I do now, which is basically what I try to do. and I'm going to be doing a lot more of in 2024. Uh, it like thinking about the lighting. We all know how it feels when your hand sticks in sunlight or when it
Yeah.
is in shadow. Adding that type of stuff to your work, it just makes it more sensory, even if it's the same video format that everybody else is getting.
Yeah. No, because I tell people, if you're in this business, you want to step your game up each year.
Yeah.
That's how you make your money.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be doing what you're doing in year one and think it's going to make you year two money. No, it's not.
No.
You know, period. And that's why a lot of girls end up getting out the game after a couple of months, because at first, yeah, you're new, you're hot,
Yeah,
you,
you're running that
yeah,
high.
yeah. But then what happens when the base settles in
Mm-hmm.
and the money ain't as flowing?
Yep.
A lot of these girls don't want to. Well, one, a lot of girls don't want to. It's funny because I always say that females sometimes pick the easiest way to get into this business. That's why they do the fetish, the foot fetish, and stuff like that. But when it gets down to it ain't making you no money, and you have to trip into the boy girl, that's when they decide to fucking leave.
Yep. Yeah. And you have to double and triple your promotion now with everything that's happened. So then you have 3 full-time jobs and then one that's performing
Yeah,
physically. And so they're exhausted. They're burnt out. Most of the people aren't social enough to even handle just the internet side of what we do, let alone
yeah,
the meeting people and being on set and performing and showing up.
yeah. Because it's a business, and see, the people that was coming in during the pandemic was treating it as a quick money hustle, not a business.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
And
and
they'd
that,
say it. They'd say it too.
yeah, I'm just in it just so I can, make ends meet till things get. And then
Yeah.
you making all this money, then you want to brag and post the shit, which in turn make the celebrities want to get in. And then when you start making money,
Yep.
now you want to get the fuck out
Yep.
and be called a content creator.
Yep.
I have
Yep.
no, y'all know
And
how I
then
feel about that
now
type.
that content is out there forever and it's stuff they never thought about. They had no trajectory of what they were going to do. Their end goal made more sense to them, like being able to delete a social media. It's not the same thing.
Not because even when OnlyFans discontinue someone's account, they still got the content access and can use it.
I just saw that happen on many vids too.
Hmm.
On some people's pages that you can't their pages aren't clickable, but their content is still being sold on there.
Yeah, because see, the other part of it is that this is what a lot of these companies do. Two things: they sell our information to
Oh yeah.
advertisers,
Biometrics, all of it.
and you don't think that they sell some of that content to other sites. That's why when we sit here talk about bootleggers, it ain't a dude. It's the
Not
companies
anymore.
that not anymore. No, the companies put it on the X video
Yep.
under a bullshit ass account.
Yep.
And the purpose is to draw traffic to their site.
Yep.
Period. So trust and believe. I mean, even with back in the day with porn, believe it or not, the major companies put money behind Pornhub because they were trying to stymie people like me and her from making money.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
So, but the average person don't understand that. They thinking
Yep.
that it's just some random ass dude that joined your site and he recorded your shit or downloaded, decided to put it on X videos. Why would
Right.
he fucking do that? He's not making any money off of it. It's the
Exactly.
big companies that's doing it to stymie our money.
Yep.
You know,
Because it benefits them long run.
yeah,
Even if they're buying from you, they still get that 20%, 70%, 80%, depending on the site.
yeah. And then on top of that, it's once again, it's why do I need to go buy from her when I can see it for free? Because it's still somewhat of a hindering us to really make the best money.
Yeah.
Period. Because like I tell everybody, like even when I remember with like some of the old companies, you'd be surprised. Like I used to see busted baby dolls pop up on the Pornhub and this, that, and third. Mostly because a lot of people downloaded it because you were able to download the scene in the membership section.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always the dudes that posted that. It was the companies themselves, or it might have been, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, you'd be surprised what these companies are willing to do to make their bottom line go up and yours go down.
Yeah. Well, and it's sort of like that behavior leaks into performers, it leaks into producers, and then you see it in them too. And you see these, Twitter wars of people finding out slowly that people are doing this, that they're putting all of their stuff on tube sites under a secret name, and they're pushing traffic to themselves and not you, calling you, all of these terms you probably don't ever use in your work just to sell it.
Yeah. Because understand, thanks to OnlyFans and the content era, the Brazzers, the Naughty Americans, they're not making the millions that they once was making
Nope.
because now, and two, they pay the girls less because there's no such thing as fresh off the boat anymore.
Oh, yeah, not with OnlyFans either, because they're
No.
all from like I've cammed, I've been live,
Yeah.
I do X, Y, Z, all of it. They all have
Yeah.
some type of toe in, even if they don't realize it's the industry, because that happens more often than not.
Yeah.
They have a toe in.
Mm-hmm. Because even like this rapper named Cash Doll, she basically spilled the beans. OnlyFans paid her to get an OnlyFans account. OnlyFans paid some of these celebrities to get a
Yep.
OnlyFans account so that it can drive more traffic. They can get more of the average person to join the site because they don't want us. Because you want to know why? Because they know we're going to be in it long term. They don't want long term
Yep.
sex workers. They want the hustle people so they can get the quick money off of their asses and keep it spinning.
Yeah, and they want those empty accounts that they're still going to be making money and no one's going to cash out. I mean, they love being able to kick us off and then take all our money. That's how much are they making just from that
Alone.
Yeah, just
Yes.
from that. And then, I mean, being a company like that that is actively discriminating against us, and they have tax breaks all over.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff just blows my mind. It's like we're fighting the man on so many levels. And even the
Yeah.
people who are like helping us and offering us a platform are still happy to, stab you in the back and shake your hand at the same time.
Yeah. Because think about how these changes to the platforms, even with X videos. Now I got the X videos at one time you didn't have to give up no 2257-mile release form. Now they
Oh
actually
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Period. And I'm talking about for motherfuckers that been with them for 2 decades.
Yep.
You should be grandfathered in. You shouldn't touch nothing that been before a certain date.
Yeah.
But and then when it bugged me talking about some, you haven't updated your member. Why would I update it, mother? Why would I update anything with you fuckers? Y'all made it hard for me to update in the first place.
Yeah, you've made it impossible to even post anything on there. And I mean, Pornhub's going through the same thing right now with their entire release, everything, changing their membership area.
Mm-hmm.
It's so they make it impossible so that they can purposely pause your payments, but they're still getting paid on everything.
Yeah. And the main reason why, because all these sites want to go live. They want the live cam action. They don't want content anymore.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, these rules are more so to hurt people that do boy-girl content than that of solo content creators
Oh
and
yeah.
do live.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because they trying to be more Eurocentric with the adult work because that was dominates Europe. People don't realize webcam dominates Europe. Hands down. They got boyer houses and all that. I done talked to a whole bunch of girls that shit, these motherfuckers be working in houses where they got to clock in like a job.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that, and I've seen some like mini docs about stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of these sites are trying to head because also a lot of these sites are not US based.
Oh yeah, like none of them. But none of them.
The only one that's US based is Clips for Sale. That's the only one.
Yep.
Everything is either Canada or Europe.
Even production companies, most of them aren't.
Yeah. It is fucking crazy. So when it comes to when you start doing boy girl content and you start working with others, did you start working with companies also as well as just regular talent?
That has been more in the last year, I would say. I was mostly just working with talent and creating my own stuff because I had my own fan base. I didn't really need the company work I didn't need the gig anyway, but I didn't need their fan base to drive my sales because I already had it. I've taken over Google. If you search my name, I am naked in the image search. There was one other Tiffany Nacke. I hazed her off the internet.
I am now the one of one.
Yeah, that was only me now. I'm sorry, girl.
So shoot. So when it came when it came to doing the professional shoots, not the
Yeah.
content, when
Yeah.
you working with an actual company, we talking about the paid gigs.
Yes.
How did you approach that versus the content? Because one, let's be honest, you're used to being on big sets from your
For
past,
previous, yeah.
from previously. So you being on a big set with all these people, that ain't nothing. Even though you
Yeah.
fucking, you feel me? So how was it with your first pro shoot with a company? Tell us about that. Tell us your feelings when you walked on set. How was it? Paint the picture for us.
Okay, so one of the first company things I did ended up being like you come like really like off the street, which is hard for me anyway because of my background and my work. I'm like, I want to be done up. I want to
Yeah,
what is off the street for me, especially because I am my name. I am
yeah,
myself. There's no separation. I don't have separation. So that was hard because I'm supposed to look girl next door, but my girl next door is very alt and elevated.
you look like the golf girl next door more so than the girl next door.
Yeah, so I felt like over prepared in a way. And then, we started doing pretty girls and pictures beforehand. And every time, it doesn't matter what set I'm on or who I work with for the first time, they're like, "You can pose. You can do this. I don't have to do anything. We can bang this out in like 5 minutes." Like
Yeah,
so it made it easier. It made it go a lot faster, which was interesting because being from all of the modeling world, your set time is your set time. In
hmm,
porn, if it's over, it's over.
yeah.
if you
It ain't
if you
done till he pops, and then
yes,
that's what he says cut.
which can be significantly less time than you think or way more time.
Hmm.
It could go either way, and because of the type of gig that I first got hired for, professional production wise, I it was so quick, and then I was like, I'm out the door with my money and the video is done and I'm on my way. Okay, like it felt like a lunch break.
Yeah, period. Because see, too, also because you already had experience, you
Yeah.
understood angles, you
Yep.
understood how to
And
work
like
the
the
camera.
production aspect of it, I know where the camera is. I'm always aware of where the camera is, even if I'm not looking at it. I can look at a lens and almost always tell you what lens it is. So I
Hmm.
have all of these things in background lighting. I understand lighting. I end up like moving lights. I'm helping production the whole time. I'm like lingerie and heels. Like, let me carry this giant light over here, and I'm tiny. I
See,
just get
but
help with
see
it.
that, but I'm pretty sure that made the direct a really impressive director.
Yes. Yeah.
Because when you get girls, sometimes even with me, I have to direct them on the poses,
Yep.
show them the poses. Sometimes argue with them because they might be like, "Why I'm doing this pose?" Because we trying to sell this DVD, or we trying to sell this
Right. I'm
such and
trying to
such.
make you look hot. Shush.
Yeah, because it's a difference between porn modeling and model modeling.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a difference. You gonna hit the doggy style pose. It's about showing off the body. It ain't nothing artistic about it. It's about sex
Yeah.
appeal.
Yes, exactly. And then the other thing that's hard for a lot of people that like myself that came from modeling, knowing when I'm supposed to look into the camera for that point of view type of in my face shot
Yeah,
and when not to. Because otherwise I'm
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's not
Oh no,
conducive for
I
getting ready.
my
Like you
girls.
need to be present.
Yeah, like if we doing doggy style, the camera move in front of her. That's when you grab the back of the ponytail, especially if you allow her to grab her hair, and you pull it.
Yeah.
When you pull it, it
Yeah.
makes her head go back, and then she'll see the camera in front of her face, and she'll look. Or I used to say something like, "Damn, babe, I want to see them fucking eyes of yours. I'm hitting it from the back."
Yeah.
I explain to him when I say that, that means the camera in front of you look up.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Or when
Otherwise, don't stare into it like a creep while you're getting
no,
railed because
no,
it's
no.
weird.
Because you got to know the perfect time to look, and
Yeah.
it's a perfect time. It's either when she's doing blowjob on her knees and we getting the downward angle looking up, or is it doggy style when we in front of her, or if she's riding and we want her to look back for the ride.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That
Or if
picture
she
when you're over the
cowgirl, we
shoulder.
want her to look at the camera. You feel what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah. Or like the intro B roll, the hot girl shit. That's different. You're by yourself. You're
Yeah.
engaging with the person like it's a man or whoever with you.
Oh yeah. It's so many things to it. So shoot. So um When it comes to your content, how often do you film to keep up with it?
Right now, I'm sitting on a backlog, so I haven't been shooting a lot of stuff for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been shooting a lot of paid stuff, but usually at least like one thing a week at bare minimum. On a busy week, like 12, 15 videos or more.
So is all them boy girl, or is it some of them fetish, or a combination?
A combination. Like I do a lot of femdom now. And so I'm working on starting a complete different production company for that. That's a big thing I'm gonna do. Like a very cinematic, like
Mhm. Yeah,
warm
because you
tone.
don't see a lot of cinematic in the BDSM world. It just you really don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a place for it. And that proper warm, moody lighting still with like a little bit of shadow, but you can see.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have some big goals with that. I'm really excited because I've been telling people no, like I can't shoot with you. I'm waiting. I want to have the everything right.
So now you're gonna do any submissive scenes with
I
your
really
BDSM?
don't. I really don't. I really don't. I would get cast as like the aggressor too when I do boy girl. They're like, okay, Tiffany, you're the creepy roommate that's
I
gonna like
mean, I ain't gonna front. You look like
them.
the aggressive female that like, look, are we gonna fuck or what?
I am though, but I'm also like really wholesome and domestic about it. I'll just be like, can we like have sex already? Like, are you busy?
Like for example, I would have you do scenes of both, where you the aggressive, and then the one where um you somewhat the submissive, but you still,
Yeah,
but you don't lose your aggressiveness with it. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Yeah,
Period.
I can't
Yeah.
do that. I'm not a full switch. I can't do that full submissive. I don't even like when people call me baby in a scene. I'm like, it makes me want to like fuck you, like fuck you.
Oh, trust me, we
You'll
be
see
doing
it
way
in my
more scenes
eyes.
where you the dominant, where I'm the boss. No, you the boss, or yeah, or the aggressive neighbor that takes the dick. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. But see, but do you think that's part of your brand though? Because it's
Yeah.
kind of like, would anyone want to see you soft?
Yeah. I mean, I have people ask me for it, but no, they're not fans. It's performers that are asking me for it. It's strictly male performers that are asking me for it. And I'm like, did you read the room?
I
Because
mean, looking at you, ain't no way in hell I can do a soft scene. Now it might have a kissing in it a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But that's why I used to love with content trade, getting to know the ladies before I work with them, so I know what type of scene will be perfect for
yeah,
them. And
that's how to do it best.
yeah, because not every female is meant to be in a scene where, let's say, like even if you was my subordinate, let's say I'm the boss,
Yeah,
I still would play it to where you the aggressor.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, like, damn, like,
yeah.
look, I got tapes of you with these other bitches. You either fuck me too or your wife find out. You know what I'm saying? It's a
I guess
trick.
I could stay late.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But see, the thing of it is that I like when the female, I always love doing scenes where the female was the aggressor versus the man, because you always see the man the aggressor.
Yeah,
You don't see the female aggressor. And I
always.
think that was sexy.
Yeah.
And it's different.
Yes. And I think straight men need to feel wanted. They deserve to feel desired and hot and sought after. And there's a lot of parts of being a straight man that are sort of like forced upon them. I talk about this a lot in femdom. And that's why I like making a safe place to play, but also where they just don't have to do anything. You don't have to perform. You
Yeah.
don't have to put on the masculine today. I just want you to sit back and basically get a dick massage, and I will be femdom me, and you can just be quiet the whole time. I don't even care, but tell me when you're gonna come.
No, because I always want to do a scene where the girl kidnapped me and I'm tied up and she have a way with me.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
never got around, because a lot
I'm
of
like
girls
catching, milking.
milking, she ride the dick, my ass tied up that day.
Yes. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff I'm into.
Yeah, because I know them scenes will go over,
Yeah.
and I think more dudes should do scenes like that where where they're a sub. They may not be a complete sub, but they're in a
Yeah.
sub position.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And they don't need to have, like, I think a lot of them are worried, like, what they view a woman submissive as is what they think they have to be in submission, but that's not it. They aren't synonymous. They're not one and the same. And submission doesn't look the same across the board. And a
Mhm.
lot of it can be sensual and sexy and fun, and you can still, like, perform into your masculine parts. But
I always want to do a scene where it was non-consent, where shit, I'm the one, she in the mask, and she got them attack my ass when I get in the room.
yeah, exactly. Jumps you, the reach around hand job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She grabbed you like, "Oh, you say shit.
Yeah, I love that. I love the hand over the
You
mouth.
say shit. You're gonna take this pussy.
Yeah. Yep.
Whatever you want, don't kill me.
I've been waiting in the dark for this dick all day.
So I take you peg dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I always wanted to peg Bundy's, huh?
Yeah.
Love me as a peg Bundy's. So shoot. So now with that being said, because you're doing content,
Mm-hmm.
how do you pick the guys that you work with? Because I know you have a selection, a certain way that you select the guys. So tell us about it.
I am very into seeing how they post,
Mm-hmm.
which can be seen as, like, not important to some people, but especially when it comes to, like, strictly male talent, do they actually share their work? Do they do anything with their work? Or is it going to be, because there's a benefit in that, right? The people that don't want to share it and aren't going to do anything with it. They're in a different category. Can be useful. But I would rather somebody that gives a fuck about what we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
is proud of the work that we're creating, that's going to share it at some point, and not so, I don't know, so much need the mixed promotion, but, like, at least share it. I want to see that you enjoy what we did.
Man, fuck that. Tag and post.
Yes, you should tag and post. Yes.
Because
Yes.
because because my whole point is I'm not filming with you so it can be a private collection. I'm trying to make money with it.
Yes.
And two, let's keep it 100. 9 out of 10, the female that we film with is probably gonna have a way bigger fan base than us.
Oh yeah, it's easier for them to make money.
Yeah, so it makes sense to post it. It makes sense to tag her in it.
Yeah.
It makes sense to give her props for being in the scene because let's keep it 100. Nobody wants to see you. They want to see you with her. She's the star. Sorry, fellas.
Yeah,
Only
unless
reason why
you're
they
like,
know your name is because you fucked enough females that said your name and enough important females that we know who you are.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, and it takes a lot of work to be a searchable name now. It takes a lot of work to just be able to rely on the content and not really have to put like, the work into promotion. And if you're not going to put money and time into promoting yourself as, like, a straight performer, especially as a man, when you're pandering to men buyers, if you're not going to do that, you need to be doing cross promotion of some
Yeah.
sort. And that's the benefit. Um, I can, because of my background, I can rely on just going on TikTok live and talking to people because I'm sociable, and then that will make people want to go to my site and pay. Men don't have that opportunity as often.
No, we don't. We get paid less, but we work more though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We work more, trust me, and the reason why, because there's not a lot of men in the industry. There's
It
more
makes it
women
more
in this industry.
sustainable for men in a lot of ways too, if they get their shit right and they
Oh
actually,
yeah.
like,
If you the
talk
dependable
to
and you
people,
keep that
learn.
motherfucker hard on camera, oh you keep working.
Yeah, just work on your craft and talk to other people about business, and you can be really sustainable as a man in this industry.
Yeah, because think about how many girls are looking for a male talent to work with because they can't find one in their area.
Or
Or
one that's worth their time, that's going to show up and do the job and not bother them
yeah,
or make them feel weird or unsafe.
yes, Lord. Because I keep telling everybody it's different between porn set flirtation and she really want to fuck you off camera. It's a difference.
Yep.
And we are too dumb to know the difference sometimes, fellas.
Yeah, or to, like, read the signals, because not everybody's equipped to communicate, right? Like, somebody
Mhm.
goes straight from OnlyFans and shooting with, like, their boyfriend or partner or whatever, and then they're like, I need somebody to shoot with. They don't know to have that dialogue about body autonomy or
Mhm.
degrees or even testing half the time. They just don't. The ignorance is, it's not even their fault because they're like adjacent to the industry still.
Yeah. Yes. Because one, what I mean by some people work for flirt. Let's say me and her work together. We gonna conversate. I'm
Yeah.
gonna flirt with her. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you want
might
to make her
rub
feel
on the
hot.
yeah. I might rub on the booty or this, that, and the third, flirt with her, tell her she's sexy, this, that, and the third. But when the shoot is over, I'm not asking her for dinner. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to take her out to dinner. Now, if she's giving me the vibe of that, that's different. But a lot of times these girls ain't giving off the vibe, but we mistake it as a vibe.
Yep.
Not realizing the reason why you even fucking her was because she wanted to fuck you because she feels she can make money with shooting with you.
Yeah, she got the camera right there.
I always walked into a scene like that. I never walked in thinking that this woman wanted to fuck me off camera. Now, if she wanted to fuck me off camera, trust me, she let me know.
Yeah.
But I always walked in with the process of I didn't meet her at the bar. I contacted her on Twitter, showed her my representation. She saw that I was reputable, I was worth her time. She there to fuck me because she's trying to make money. She's not there because she find me sexy and she want to take me out. No.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
So, and then two, also, because of the world you in, it's very important how you act on set because them producers and directors are very much paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, on set, online, the way I talk to people, all of it. It's all under the microscope, and so many people get caught up in their own love for drama or like need to continue
Yeah.
playing, devil's advocate rather than just being about their business.
Yeah. Because into the point, like, I sit there and look at girls, which I notice they stopped that now, which they kind of got smarter with it. You know how the girls used to sit there and talk to a male talent. Oh, daddy, I miss that dick. Oh, I miss me being inside of you. Not only the male talent that you were talking to is looking at that, the producer that was thinking about booking your dumb ass looking at that and said, oh, she's a groupie hoe. We don't want her.
Yeah. Especially when it's like your entire Twitter or whatever public platform you're using and you're just like thirsting after people. And that's what I was going back to with the how I vet male talent,
Yeah.
especially like if your idea of promotion is commenting fire emojis or me next under every girl's page, we
Mm-hmm.
probably won't work together very much unless I feel like I get ultimate control over the content and I get to decide everything we're doing.
No, because even with me, it's like, no, because no one wants to deal with a thirsty dude. Because your thought process is one, especially when you're doing content that involves that is intense and it's complex. And
Yeah.
what we mean by that is the role play scenes. We need him to act a certain role. You want male talents that can be able to pull that off. So when you're looking at this dude, your first thought is, oh, all he want to do is fuck.
Yep.
But I got these fans who want me to do a scene where he gets tied up and I milk him. Would he be down for that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I might have a scene in mind where, I'm Laura Croft and he's the villain. Could
Yep.
he actually give me a good improv
Yeah, good
acting?
B-roll acting and like,
Yeah.
or is he gonna have anything to say, or does he switch from the acting role into the actual sex where they change and they go completely off the
Mhm.
character and they go right into the way that they talk in their everyday lives and intimacy? I see that a lot, especially as somebody that is very adverse to like very submissive terms and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, I can tell when somebody is completely sort of like exercising their own personal sex life in a scene.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't think that's talked about enough. I don't think that men even think about it. And so that makes it in a way not their
No,
fault.
because when we in the middle of sex,
Yeah. They're just
because now we're thinking about the sex. But see, that's the
yeah.
difference between dealing with a professional talent and a content creator.
Yep.
Because even with me, like one of my favorite scenes was, do your job. Even during the whole scene, even if I said you like this dick, don't you? I better like this dick, motherfucker. You want to keep this job? Yes, ma'am. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Exactly.
Period. So
Yeah. Better make it like it.
I still kept her in the power role,
Yes.
even though when I'm fucking her, I'm technically in power to a
Exactly.
certain extent. But now you being a film dom, have you had male subs or submissives that sit here and say that you're being submissive because you're fucking somebody?
Oh yeah, I get that like a couple times a week. And just people that assume that because of I do that work that when they're hiring me for a session, they can hire me for the porn star experience too, which is an interesting way to view it. I mean, I just got one earlier today. People assume that I'm doing like heavy racial cuckolding because of what the crossover, and I'm like, they're separate worlds. I'm not bringing some dude to
And
our.
two, do you even have that content in your stash?
No,
There
no,
you go.
yeah, I don't offer it. I don't offer racially charged femdom. I don't offer racially charged like cuckold. I don't even do cuckold. Like they're just time wasters in my opinion most of the time. Can you
Oh no,
act?
trust me, they are. And I'm a bull. I hate to let you know because Fat Light does nothing for me.
Really?
It does nothing. Maybe because in the area that I'm in, because all the couples that hit me up, they're not serious. Like I had this old couple that hit me up, and they were like, "Yeah, you got to, let us know when you're free." So I told them when I was free. I said, "But look, I don't drive." So I was like, maybe we can meet up somewhere. This, that, and third. He comes back. Oh, no, never mind. Thank you. This, that, and third. I'm saying, well, why the fuck you hit me up? Because you a
Yeah,
couple. You came to
yeah,
me. You
yeah.
should provide the place and the transportation for me to come fuck the shower. It's your fucking wife that you want me to do. Oh, it's
Exactly.
not, you know what I'm saying? And two, and also normally I charge. So I'm being nice,
Yeah,
not even charge because I want to have fun with y'all.
yeah.
Period. It's
Exactly.
like a lot of these couples, they want more, but they don't want to do anything for it.
Yeah, they think that like everybody just needs to do things. I to like facilitate their fetish, and I hate that. I
Yeah,
hate that people like to exploit each other on there for their fetish of all
yeah,
things, especially when they're a couple, because then it's like two people that have this world already that they formed, and then you're
yeah.
the outsider no matter what.
Yeah. So it's like, why it? Because it made me wonder, okay, if I said that I had a car and I copped the hotel room, okay, then I haven't talked to y'all on the phone. We ain't FaceTime. We ain't done none of this shit. So why would I waste my money to cop a hotel that
Yep.
you ain't gonna show up to?
Yep. Yeah. And if you're not even willing to have a conversation about like, okay, I don't have a car, how do I get there? That
Yeah.
shows me that you're not going to be very easy to work with anyway. You're
Hell
going to get
no.
black and white, whatever you want, all or nothing, and just cut it off, or you're going to waste my time and just message me
Yeah.
nonstop,
See,
not
see,
answer my questions purposely, that type of shit.
see, maybe it's where I live at. I live in boring ass North Carolina. Maybe if I was in New York or Florida or California or Vegas, I might have a better time of finding couples.
Yeah.
But but it's kind of like when you talk about the South, these some of the scariest motherfuckers on the planet. They are scary, yo. I never see. I'm like, damn, man. I be talking to my peoples and they be telling me about they swinger party. I be like, last swinger party I went to sleep.
Oh no.
It was boring as fuck out of this piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
So shoot. So let me see what else I want to talk about. So do you do anal?
Yes and no. I don't have like a boy girl scene out of it, but I do
Mhm.
anal. I've just sort of been like twiddling my thumbs at like, how do I want to wait for a company to hire me or do I want to put one out myself?
Yeah, because that's the interesting part. Because a lot of times the content that we do cuts us off from paid gigs
Yeah.
because they want to be, even though in 2023 there's no fresh off the boat, they want some things to be fresh off the boat.
Yeah, they want something to announce. I mean, they even like I just got hired by this one company. I'm not gonna say who, but they're the whole time they're like, "Can we say that we discovered you? Are you famous?" And I was like, I get where you're coming from, but like, it would look really silly if you said you
It's
discovered me.
they want to do the Columbus, Christopher Columbus. Yeah, we discovered America even though America been here.
Yes. And how often do they get away with it? Because the people they're hiring.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, to me, it's like, but to me, I feel that anything at first you should do yourself because
That's how I
that's
feel.
money. You know,
Yeah.
period. If it's anal, it should be
Yeah.
anal on your
You
side. If
want
it's
to
a
own
gang
it.
thing,
You want it to be
yeah.
yours. You want to be happy with it too. You don't want to like feel pressured to like. The only way I could see myself like really letting a company do my first anal scene would be if I got really into anal play solo and did a bunch of videos like that,
Mm-hmm.
sold a bunch of content, and became like this anal example in
Mm-hmm.
a lot of ways, and then do it. That would make sense.
Yeah.
But it makes way more sense to plan something I want to shoot with a storyline I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
producers I want to work with, and make it awesome, and then sell it under my name forever.
Mm-hmm. So shoot. So now, do you deal with an agency?
I don't have an agent, no.
Okay then.
Self
So
book.
pretty much everything is self booking for you.
Yeah. I've done that since 2010, really. Because, I mean, I started modeling, at such a young age. The moment I was an adult, I was on Craigslist finding gigs. So I'm very, like, gig oriented, which
Uh-huh.
works and doesn't work because my brain hasn't fully transitioned to content. It
Mhm.
is slowly, but it
But
really,
see, to be honest with you, you supposed to do both in this business. You supposed to
yeah,
have paid gigs and you supposed to do your
yeah,
content.
balance.
You know what I'm saying? Period. If because one, what does the paid gigs mean in this day and age versus when you first started? Because I know back in the day, paid gigs solidified you as a star.
Yeah, you're a
It got you
professional.
out, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It got you out there, got you on DVD
Yeah.
covers. It made you bigger than life. So what do paid gigs do now for ladies versus back in the day?
Mm, there's still a big push in, like, social media reach, especially like if you get hired by a production company that's been a household name for 20 plus years
Mhm,
on every porn platform there's ever been.
mhm,
Um, if you have like a really great niche look,
mhm,
like MILFs doing stuff with MILF companies makes sense. Femdoms doing stuff with femdom companies makes sense. Um, Pushing fan base that you might not reach, but I feel like a lot of times the way social media is now, you're pushing to your own industry. You're pushing to people, like, other performers essentially, and that's nice because you're getting recognition. I guess that's how you would get awards for some
mhm,
that don't know how to submit their own work or really push their own work.
mhm.
I could see that being a good. It's mostly networking and learning. You're just going there to learn.
Well, truth be told, what the paid gigs is for this is just my theory in 2023, is to make you a solidified porn star and to put
Yeah,
you
yeah.
in the
You're.
room and conversations. You know, period. Because what people don't understand is social media has its ceiling because
Yep.
certain countries don't allow certain social media.
Yeah.
With these paid companies, they know how to move and put their point out in countries such as in Japan. You can't show ejaculation. So we can't see a facial. You
Hmm.
feel me?
Yeah.
Um, you know what I'm saying? In some Arab countries, you can't even show penetration. You know, so these companies know that. So it puts you in places where you can't put yourself.
Yeah.
That is what they're there for. You know, period.
Yep.
Um, it not what it used to be, which was for notoriety and to make money, because they don't pay like they used to.
No.
They don't pay like they used to. No,
No. No. None of it does.
not really. Because even from talking to some of the old heads, I'm like, they were seeing 2,500 per scene. Now, shit, you lucky you get 3 to 5, and depending on what you do in that scene, it might be 1,000, and you want to do a lot to get that G.
Yeah, and then you're there the whole day. You're exhausted. Everybody's body hurts.
You know that.
It's a lot
So
of
we
work.
do. So we do content trade. How many scenes do you shoot during a content trade session?
I try to almost always do two or
Mm-hmm.
something that's long enough that can be broken into two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if I'm short on time and it's like if I'm shooting at an event or something, you really don't have the time to sit there for 4 or 5 hours with one person and the schedules and everything. So it's easier to just do one. But ideally, if I have the time with people, three.
Mm.
Because I like to do one is yours entirely, one is mine entirely, and one is both of ours.
Yeah, because see, that's the biggest thing with content trade. I've been hearing this conversation because even to the content houses, ladies worried about what the man is going to sell the scene as versus her,
Yeah.
and how much. How do you navigate that?
I don't care. I don't care. I don't waste my energy on it. I don't want to fight about it. I literally don't want to argue about anything, just in
Mhm.
general. I feel like I'm like grown, like unless it's like a healthy conversation we need to have. But when it
Mhm.
comes to that, it just causes so much stress behind people and creators, or the thought of like going to a content house and the producer has it, the person who bought the house has it, all these people. I don't care. Kind of. I just don't want to think about it. I would rather focus on people that are going to buy from me are going to buy from me. And the people that are going to
Mhm.
buy from them are going to buy from them. Especially if I'm working with somebody that is an older
Mhm.
person in the industry at any level.
Mhm.
They have their own reach. People are searching them for whatever reason, and I also feel like I equally respect somebody that's been in the industry for a long time. So I don't want to argue with them about how to price it. I don't want to come in and be like,
Yeah,
well,
because
I
to
want
me is
$25 for my,
not because the reason why I say the reason why I asked it because it's always well I heard men complain about it, which I found laughable that y'all would even complain.
yeah.
But I also heard women complain about it.
I've
And
heard more women complain than men.
yeah, but see the thing about it is I keep saying this. This is where it gets when I keep saying this, no disrespect to women and I'm about to piss off some people. Y'all motherfuckers think too much with emotion. Let's think logically. You're gonna make more money off the scene than he ever will.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's facts. He can sell the shit for $1. You
Absolutely.
will still make more money off of that scene than he will because you got more of a fan base than he do.
Yeah. And it's easier for us to build that fan base. It's easier for us to sell the scene over and over and over because I
Yeah.
know like I see a lot of male performers that will tell me, the scene has its life and it'll die after so many months and I'm like, I will come back and sell the same thing from 2017 today and make like $300.
Whoever said that shit don't know porn. I still got scenes that I done shot in 2010 that's selling to this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only old to someone that's seen it. It's new to anybody else that hasn't.
Exactly. And you likely haven't promoted it into the ground in that time. You constantly have new fans every day. They don't know your old stuff. Some might be familiar, but the percentage that are going to be much smaller than the ones that are completely new because of social media and the way the algorithm is now.
Yeah,
Especially
because
still shooting with new people.
yeah, because the thing about it is that one, it's like a lot of the thought process that these ladies be having
Yeah.
from I'm only going to post like a certain amount of seconds of a video because I don't want him to jerk off and he's not going to go buy my video. I'm like, what? Okay, first of all, stop mixing escorting into porn. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You want him to jerk off because if he jerks off to the scene enough, he's going to go get a membership.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then two, see, it's also marketing. That's why you make trailers. You're
Yeah.
posting the same trailer over and over again.
Hmm.
Y'all keep wanting to make new shit and then complain about it.
Oh yeah,
No,
the people that they'll never repost something. Repetition gets remembered.
yeah,
Repost everything.
yeah,
Everything. Make new posts with the same old content. Do it
yeah,
everywhere. Post the
yeah,
same thing on different sites and sell them
yeah.
everywhere.
Even like with her, like I might make a 2 minute segment of this episode. You know how many times that shit gonna get posted within a year?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go back and find a new segment of her shit. No, you get the gist. And I think once again, people that was coming into business when I came into business, we kind of understood certain things versus because we treated it as a business because it was so hard to get into.
Yeah. And connect with people.
Yeah. Like now, it don't take much. All I got to do is this. I
Yeah.
ain't got to have lightning the goddamn more. You can just
Yep.
put it on fucking OnlyFans, and there you go. Now I'm a porn star. I be hating the look. I be hating it. This is why I hate when people use the phone, right? Y'all don't even know how to hold it properly for us to see everything.
It feels like the Cloverfield movie. I'm like, I'm gonna get sick.
I hated that damn movie. I was like, we don't see the
Terrible.
monster.
No, you don't. It's a terrible movie, and it just makes you feel like everything's on a handy cam the entire time. It gave me a headache. Like a migraine.
I couldn't do it no more. Cloverfield, what else? And Blair Witch Project. Even though I loved it, I hated it at the same time because we
Yeah.
never saw the Blair Witch.
Yes. They
We
got
never
us
saw the
though.
Blair Witch.
Both of them got us though.
Yeah, goddamn. We watched the fuck out. They started a whole genre from what was it, Quarantine? They even had one movie with the ring light. I said, really, we doing movies with ring lights now? I swear the things we come up with. That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, I want to see y'all do a porn scene with a ring light. I can't wait for that.
Only one.
Lord have mercy. So, oh man. So I done held this sexy lady up here for an hour, and we ain't even touched on stuff. We still, it's a lot we could talk about, but y'all know how I do this. So we got to ask her the $1,000,000 question. Miss Tiffany Nacke, can I call you a smoke buddy?
Oh yeah.
Say no more. She will be back here on the Smokers Lounge, and we're gonna bring her sexy tattooed ass to the Premium Smoke Room. Y'all know what it is. The Premium Smoke Room now, excitebunny.com. 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy. 3 sexy co-hosts for you to enjoy. 3 tiers for you to enjoy. Each one with each perks. The top tier being the VIP smoke room where you get the most perks. So you might want to think about that. And what happens in the premium smoke room? Well, since we now not on Spotify, it gets more unpredictable, more wilder, more uncandid, more crazier. Tits will pop out. Dildos might pop out. You don't know what she might do unless you subscribe. And don't worry, premium smokers, we're going to get her sexy tattooed ass to come on the show to show off them beautiful titties.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, baby girl, can you tell everybody where they can spend money on you?
You can find all of my pages at tiffanynacke.org. Everything, my A sites, my other sites, you want to find the femdom, there's a link through there.
See that easy. That easy and simple. So people, we're at the end of another wonderful episode of A Bonus Smoke. Y'all be seeing it. I hope y'all enjoy it and also pay and be on the watch for her coming to the Premium Smoke Room and being on the Smokers Lounge some more. Because y'all love when I bring them back, because y'all love following them on their journey. And that's my job,
Yeah.
is to bring them back. So with that being said, how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Miss Nacke, say goodbye to them.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out.